Were you aware that all of these organizations around the world, Societe Generale, Goldman Sachs, Merril Lynch, Douietch Bank, UPS, were all getting 100 cents on the dollar?
Absolutely.
You were aware of all that? Why wasn't this disclosed back in November when you were the head of the Fed?
Well, again, that is a question you need to direct to the people who were responsible for that judgment.
Well, you were the head of the Fed.
I was the head of the Federal Reserve Bank in New York until I was confirmed by the Senate for this job.
Why wouldn't this have been disclosed by you back then?
Well,
I mean, you're saying that, what was this, a group that
I don't
made the
know how to
decision?
say it any differently, but when the president announced his intention to nominate me, I withdrew appropriately from a whole range of policy decisions of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, in part to protect the Fed, in part so I could do my job of helping the president prepare for how to fix the mess we inherited. Now, because of that, I was not involved in those decisions, but I want to say the people who made those decisions did so.
This happened on November the 11th before you withdrew.
What happened on November?
This knowledge.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, as I said in my testimony, I was.
Why wasn't it disclosed back then?
Well, we didn't face that choice then. I was directly involved in the judgments that we collectively made.
You didn't face the choice back then?
No, we didn't. No, but the choice that I was deeply involved in, fully support, believe was the right choice, was the decision to restructure these contracts in a way that was better for the taxpayer and prevented the fall of the company. I was fully supportive of that, fully aware of that.
It stretches credulity for us to believe that you had no role in this and didn't know anything about it when your attorneys and people that worked for you were sending emails all around the place, and you were the head of the Fed and you didn't know anything about it. It just doesn't make any sense to me, and I think a lot of my colleagues feel the same way.
Congressman, I was president of the New York Fed throughout that time. We were involved, as you know, in an extraordinary, complicated range of things.
But this is major stuff.
The decisions around AIG were major and hugely consequential, and they were done with enormous care and judgment. But the choices around disclosure, which understandably are the focus of so much attention, are not judgments I could speak to.
Let me just finish by asking this. Do you think that there ought to be an annual audit of the Fed?
I am very supportive.
Gentleman's time expired, but Mr. Secretary, you may answer the question.
I am very supportive, as part of financial reform, of trying to make sure that the Fed is subject to an adequate level of transparency and disclosure and oversight. And the chairman of the Federal Reserve has worked with many members in Congress in helping shape reforms that would achieve that outcome.